Hello, Bungalow Craig here. Wanted to do a 50th anniversary of this album, First Press. This album cannot be missed. I love this album. I know it's a lot of favorites out there, including like one of my good buddies, Vinyl Basement. Definitely go check his channel out as well. He's got an excellent video on this album as well. He actually goes through it bit by bit and let him know I sent you. But I want to definitely go over this album. As you can see, it's the Let It Be album, turning 50 years. It was released on the UK side on this one on May 8th, and then on the US side on the 18th of May. So we want to go through this. Unfortunately, I won't be taking this out, just because anybody who has this definitely knows that this is a album that can definitely be damaged really easily. But I will show you the pictures of what's inside and kind of tell you what a first press is. It's basically the box set, but you want to look at the record too, and we'll dive into that. And of course, I'll be referencing Bruce Spizers' book, The Beatles for Sale on Parlophone Records. And then for the US side, I'll actually be, if you can see that there, I'll be referencing the Beatles on Apple by Bruce Spizer. So yeah, let's dive into it. And again, I wanted to say where I've kind of been. My wife and I are getting ready for our first child, so it's definitely crazy in our home. So we're preparing, making ends meet, and doing those things that we can get ready for the little one coming. So this one might be a video that lasts one for a little bit, but I will be back for sure. So, but other than that, let's get started. All right, to continue on, we're on the UK side. So here's the album. I've opened up the Bruce Spicer book to kind of show some pictures here, since I'm not going to be opening the Let It Be box set. But let's just flip right to it, and I'm going to get up and close and personal on right here. So this is the box set that it was initially released with it. It was only, I believe, and someone can correct me, but I believe it was only issued for the first year, and then they decided to scrap the box because it definitely is a flimsy set. It seems like it was put together very, very quickly and kind of just thrown together, in my opinion. These right here ripped the actual box. A lot of it, when you find this set, you find a lot of them that are like ripped up. They're kind of destroyed. Mine has maybe a little bit of a rip right here, but everything's complete. It's all intact, and it's just like, it's like a gamble whenever you open it up. So it came with a book. That's what this is. And then you have the record, and we'll go over that, of course, with the first pressings. And then that's the sleeve that came inside. So let's start with the sleeve. Let me zoom or bring the camera down here. So first pressing sleeves are going to have, of course, this is the back. They're going to have the red Apple label. Here is more of a greenish blue label for the, or not label, but for the logo. So that's when you want to see is this color of a Apple label on there, or the logo. And then for the books, so let's zoom back down here to the books. The initial Get Back books were printed by Garrett and Lofthouse, which made the publishing before the publishing credits were known. What you're going to see is the printing credit on these books start with designed by John Kosh and end with by Apple Publishing. So you can find them in 3 different styles. You can have a white sticker for the publishing credits, like a translucent page, or they're just kind of put on there, like taped in there. But then what happened, later books have the publishing information on listed on the book, which I usually see that's actually what I have. You actually see the publishing credits on the inner sleeve of the book. So inside of the sleeve, there's going to be a blank white page or a blank black page. And those are the ones that usually I see mostly. But then again, the whole thing has been like, seems like the whole album has been made and then all of a sudden everything came together, because I actually have a first sleeve here. I have a later pressing of the book with mine, and then a first pressing of the record. So yeah, it seems like it's just kind of thrown together. But then, so and included here, so let's go over the record, and then some of them were included a poster, which is very rare, but let's go here. So there's the poster that is included in it. Some of them hadn't, some of them didn't. So I would say actually most of them didn't. And usually I see like the later pressings, like the later ones that have like the second pressing of the record and the back logo on the sleeve, usually have this poster. I don't usually see many of the first pressings having it, but... And then here is the first pressing of the labels. So that's the first pressing of the label, and then here's the second one. So the first pressing, you want to look for on the label is how this label is, the space right here. So see, there's a space between side 1, and then it says 2 of us, and then here there's not that space. Also on the second side, if you look, this P7 1970 is a lot smaller than this one, this P 1970. So also you can tell by the matrix numbers as well. If you have a 2U pressing, so it's YEX 774-2U. Later ones have like 3U. So check out all the pressings. Make sure the label as well matches it, because it could be a transitional pressing as well, I would think. So, but that's more or less what to look for on the label. And then this album did come with a sleeve in here to guard the record label, of course. It's a blank white sleeve. And then on the bottom of the reverse side, it's going to have the patent number. Like it's like 1,255,000 or something like that. And then on the right side, it's very important. It says "Made in England." So those are the first sleeves that actually came with this album to guard the actual record. So other than that, yeah, let's go over to the American side, the U.S. side. All right, here is the U.S. version that came out on May 18th. And then let's go over some of the details here. This is from the book that Bruce Spizers wrote. So the first thing, let's jump right how we did with the UK. Here's the front and back of the album. So on this one, they're all going to have the red logo on the back. And then they were a gatefold. So so they kind of, instead of going the box route in the United States, so Canada and the UK went to the box route. This one, the US version, they had a gatefold cover. As you can see, if I can open this with one hand, had a gatefold cover that just opened up and kind of did a lot of maybe the main pictures of the book, if you can call them that. But so let's go over to the record label. So how you can tell first pressing record labels is by looking at Maggie May. If you can see that, it says PD underneath, so public domain. And then they changed it for second pressings. They actually said Lennon, McCartney, Harrison, and Starkey. So that is a second pressing, but I can tell you that second pressings are very, very rare and are actually worth more than the first pressings because of the rarity of them. So I actually have the PD version, the first pressing, So also on this, this record was actually counterfeited. A lot of people have found counterfeits. A lot of people don't know about the counterfeits, but how you can tell is if it's one, it's not blurry, if it's clear, okay. But two, a lot of them don't have like a drawn-in IM triangle, which it should be machine stamped if it's from the East Coast, from Scranton. This one actually has a Winchester, so it's actually from Jacksonville. But another cool thing some people were purporting that doesn't have is that Phil Spector, when he produced this album, actually wrote on the dead wax, on the dead wax here, within the record, Ronnie and Phil, just to kind of his wife Ronnie at the time, just to kind of as a romantic gesture. So all of them usually have the real ones have like in the dead wax have Ronnie and Phil. That's what you want to look at too. So, and then the sleeve is just the normal, the die cut or the cut circle on both sides, white that just came with it for the Apple issues, just like the White Album. So, yeah, not too much on the U.S. side. I think the more of the rarity is the UK box set, but I still think this album is pretty cool. It's definitely a hard album to find in really good condition, just because it's black and things get worn really well. And then just like the White Album gets dirty. This one is, it's hard to not find ones with like record ring wear, especially on the inside as well. So, all right. All right. So I think we're done here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, sorry for taking so long. Wife and I are just throwing things, not throwing, I guess, but just kind of getting really nervous and for our bundle of joy coming. So, but I do definitely want to continue this series and try to get some more out for the people that like to look for the first pressings of the records. Sorry, this one actually I found a good sleeve for this. That's where I would encourage you to try to look around, because there are sleeves that if you have this album, I mean, especially since it's so frail, I want to say, there are good sleeves for it. I actually put mine in a t-shirt, like it's like a t-shirt frame that you're supposed to put like a t-shirt in, and it fit perfectly for it. So it kind of keeps it protected, because this is one of the harder albums to protect, and especially being so frail. But anyway, I digress. I love this album. This album is great. I know there's a lot of controversy with it, but I really enjoy just the whole album. It's such a good rocker. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Definitely hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and then there'll be more content coming this way. Happy anniversary to Let It Be. Take care. Peace.